Hi Flosstube, I'm Rachel, Stitchy Rach, here on Flosstube and on Instagram. It's Saturday the 22nd of April and this is my YouTube channel about cross stitch. Hi everyone, welcome back. It's been a few weeks, hasn't it? I don't know if other Flosstubers do this. I had no idea what I said last time I filmed. So I just went and had a quick scan of some of the things I said last time I filmed. And I didn't realise I haven't seen you in April. So welcome to April on the 22nd. I was meant to film at the beginning of last week and didn't achieve that. Mainly because it was just the Easter holidays and we just got really busy doing days out and play dates, and so it just didn't work out that was going to be possible. And my husband had one final hockey match, so hockey season was meant to finish the week before Easter, but they had one kind of match that had been postponed, but they won and they've been promoted, so they're all very happy. So yeah, anyway, but thank you if you contacted me to say I hope I was alright. I was absolutely fine. It was just chaos of the school holidays. And then I was going to film earlier this week and then that didn't happen. So I always find the first week after the kids go back to school, you're kind of running to catch up with all the things you haven't done while they've been off school. So not only that, but then one of my children decided that the first week back to school was the perfect time to catch a tummy bug. So they were off for 2 days. So yeah, it wasn't quite the first week I anticipated. So I didn't get to film earlier in the week. So I don't usually film on a Saturday morning, but I have the house to myself. So one of the children's at tennis training and the other two children decided the delights of the local coffee shop with daddy were preferable to staying at home with mummy. So I'm by myself. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to come and talk to you. And I don't think it's going to be too long today because actually, despite the fact I haven't seen you for, what, like 3 weeks, I haven't actually done that much stitching. Yeah, I didn't really stitch much over we had guests over the Easter weekend, and I just didn't do much stitching, and evenings have been quite busy. It's just been, you know, with school holidays and whatnot, it's just been fairly busy time, and, you know, had a child's birthday party, and yeah, it's just been fairly busy. So I haven't actually done that much stitching, so I don't think this will be too long today, because also this is a little bit of a crazy weekend as well. So 2 of my children are in a dance show this weekend. The dress rehearsal was last night and the 2 shows, they do the same performance twice tomorrow. So they do a 12 o'clock and a 4 o'clock. So I'm doing my best impression of a dance mom. My kids don't dance in competitions or anything. This is just the annual show for their dance school, but yeah, it's all I'm helping backstage. I was helping last night at the dress rehearsal and I'm helping tomorrow, and it's just, yeah, being responsible for other people's children and also making sure your children are all haired and make-upped and have all the tights and whatnot they need. I'm glad it's only once a year. I don't think I could take comps. And it's really just, I danced as a kid and it's really different helping backstage from how it was in my day. What I remember is like 3 mums backstage chain smoking and having one set of makeup that they just like slapped on the faces of unsuspecting children. You know, one mascara wand for the whole show, one red lipstick. I'm amazed we didn't all end up with conjunctivitis and cold sores looking back, but we didn't. We lived to tell the tale. But it's a bit more structured these days, you know, with registers and safeguarding and stuff like that. So yes, I had that to look forward to tomorrow, and then I will go and watch the 4 o'clock performance and see my children. But yeah, so that's a bit busy. And then later on this morning I'm off to Detling, which is their Kent County Showground. They've got an antiques fair this weekend. So yeah, I'm going up there with my friend and see what we can find. So that's exciting. So I thought I'd just drop by and talk to you about what I have been doing over the last 3-ish weeks, and then hopefully back to more regularly scheduled filming. Right, so on my last video I said by the next time I see you I'd like to finish the peacock I was stitching for the Yaz Marathon Sal, frog and sort out fabric for my Kathy Barrack F up, and FFO, my bookmark. And you'll be surprised to hear that all of those have been done. No, scratch that. None of those have been done. Precisely, none of those have been done. No one was surprised by that, were they? No one thought any of those things were going to happen. The bookmark's been waiting 20 years. It can wait another 2 weeks. Next time I film that, bookmark will be done. How many videos have I said that for now? 3? So, you know, take that as you will. But I do have an FFO to show you. I have 2 whips. I have some more, not loads. I have quite a bit in this, and I've just realised I've forgotten 2 bits of knitting. So when we get to knitting, I'll stop and whiz and get them and then start again. Right, go and see my FFO. This never happens on this channel, does it? Never ever happens. This is massive as well. Hold on. Oh, and it's heavy, I bet you can guess what it is if you've been here before. Oh yeah, welcome if you're new. I've just passed 700 subscribers, which is amazing. So thank you if you have recently subscribed and if you're new. And if you're here always for this level of chaos, thank you for coming back. Right, I don't really know how I'm going to show this because it's blooming huge. Right, here we go. Oh. Can you see it all? Not really, can you? There we go, you can roughly see it all. So this is my Bouncing Babies ABC, back from the Freema. I'm not going to be able to get it all on one shot, I don't think. But I am so pleased with this. I went for this just kind of neutral grey frame. And I think that was the right choice because there's so much colour, I didn't want to pick out one colour. And it is absolutely huge. But I am so happy with it. So there you go. It's really hard to just get it all in one shot because it's so big. I've just put a post-it note on the top there just to cover up the personalisation. Oh, it's so heavy. There we go. I am so happy with it. Thank you to Peppercorn Framing in Headcorn for doing such a splendid job on that. Lovely. So yeah, so I do have an FFO, the lesser spotted FFO on my channel. So yeah, I can't hold that up again. But that is Bouncing Babies ABC by Lucy Heaton. I think it took me, I started it in 2019 and I finished it in 2021. But it is massive. It is massive. I stitched it on 36 count Edinburgh linen white with all the call for DMC, 2 threads over 2, and I absolutely love it. And this weekend it will be hung on the relevant child's wall. I need my husband, because it's so heavy, I need him to decide like what hooks and stuff to use, so I wasn't just going to bung that on the wall. I think it will fall off. Righty ho, shall we talk about some whips? Right, tomorrow Yasmin Made with Love is running the London Marathon, and I think it was Roz from Roz Clark Crafts. I think it was you, Roz, wasn't it? He said, let's all stitch one of her... So one of the ways she was raising money was for her charity Mencap, which she was releasing patterns, and you could buy the pattern, or you could give her a donation and she would send you the pattern. So Roz was like, why don't we all stitch these as a sal and we'll finish them while Yaz is running the marathon on Sunday. So, obviously tomorrow, while Yaz is running the marathon, I will be wrestling children's hair into required hairstyles, poking their eyes with mascara wands, and then looking after 17 other children. So stitching is not in my day tomorrow, sadly. And I'm also not going to get this finished by tomorrow. I said on my last video, and I quite hopefully, I could get it finished by next time I see you. Well, I'm a week late and it is not finished, but I have had great progress. So here is where it is. And do you know what? I really love it. I love the colours. I'm loving stitching on it. Even if my Instagram post did talk about the faffy bits. Faffy bits are a real thing. And what I mean by faffy bits is if you look at those feathers. There you go. Can you see there are like little squares of colour? So they are 2x2 squares, and they're like 2 colours in each, so like diagonally opposite, a green and a yellow. And that's what I meant by faffy bits, just doing all this, and I'd like left them, just putting off doing them, and then I needed to move the scroll frame, so I had to finish them all off. But I'm down doing the peacock now, and I've done the bottom of the peacock, so the peacock's just filling. She says just filling. And then I've just got to do, just got to do the border. So I'm not miles off. By next time you see me, this will be a finish. This will be a finish. I'm hoping to get most of this filling done tonight, to be honest. But good luck tomorrow, Yaz. And I'm sorry it's not finished, but your efforts are better than mine. But it will be finished soon, and I have absolutely loved stitching on it. And that is basically all I've stitched on for April. As I say, I have had quite a few non-stitchy days, but if I've been stitching in an evening, I've been stitching on this, and I've actually really enjoyed a bit of monogamous stitching. It's really nice to actually, you know, see some meaningful progress on something, even in, you know, not a massively stitchy time. This is stitched on some Crafty Kitten fabric, and they're no longer trading, and I'm pretty sure it was a club limited edition fabric. So I won't dig out exactly what it is. If you're desperate to know, just leave me a comment. And but it's got kind of blues and yellows in there, and it's a 28 count Cashel linen, and I'm stitching 2/2. I'm pretty pleased with the coverage actually. I'm not always pleased with 2/2 on 28 count, but this I am. Sorry, that thread's right in the way, isn't it? Hang on. There you go. I have not used the called for colours in the main. This blue of the peacock's neck, that's the called for blue. I didn't have anything kind of equivalent in my overdyed stash, but the rest is pulled from my stash of overdyes. Throwing things on the floor again. When I get a video that I don't drop something on the floor, I will call it the video I don't drop anything on the floor. But yeah, so it's a real mixture of all kinds of different overdyes. Let's see, more stuff on the floor. Colour and cotton, gentle art, classic colourwork. So yeah, so I've got a real mixed bag of things there. And I'm keeping it in this amazing Penelope's Pocket project bag. So yeah, that's where I am on that. And I do think that will genuinely be a finish next time you see me. There you go. I'll probably stitch on that a bit tonight as well. I think on a Saturday night we let our eldest stay up if they've been good. It's like a reward. It's not that they're not good kid, but you know, that's one of the rewards, that they can stay up later than the other two and watch a film. So our Saturday nights are watch a whole range of things actually. She went through a bit of a Doctor Who phase. God, this might be controversial, I can't bear Doctor Who. I find it deathly dull. But what else have we watched? We've watched things like Little Shop of Horrors, Ghostbusters, Indiana Jones. So yeah, real kind of range of kind of young adult movies, like older kids movies. We watched Jaws with her the other week. She's not very scared of like horror-y things. And I did look up Jaws, and actually its certificate is a 12A or a PG. It was like a 12A or a PG anyway. So yeah, so we watched that, which I think she quite enjoyed. I think she wants to watch The Witches tonight. I haven't established which version of The Witches she wants to watch, but so we'll see how that goes. So I'll probably stitch that while watching The Witches tonight. Right, and then I've worked on one other thing since I last saw you, but not very much. And this is my out and about stitching. Let me find the cover sheet. I can't find the cover sheet. I should be more organised, and I never am. There we go. It is Seize the Day by Caterpillar Cross Stitch, which if you've been here before, you'll know I started as a SAL in 2019. The SAL is long finished and I am not. I've been using this as my out and about stitching, so what I take with me when my kids are partaking in various activities where I am required to wait. But obviously being the Easter holidays, most of those things have not been happening. So it hasn't had loads of progress since you saw it. But here's where it is now. I've finished that jellyfish. He's quite cool. I quite like him. Or her, I suppose. And I'm down now on this fish here. That's the start of a fish. There. So now that schools are back and everything, and hopefully the kids are all back at school now that they've dispensed with the sickness bug, hopefully for this term, I should see some more progress on that. I'd really like to get this finished. I would really like to get this finished. It's been hanging, it's one of my oldest whips now. It's been hanging around too long. This is stitched on 32 count Belfast linen, also from Crafty Kitten in the colour Gold Rush. I can never remember. Gold Rush, with all the called for DMC. I'm stitching it 2/2. But I would really like to get that finished. That is a priority goal. Yeah. So that's where we are. So, as I said, I've been fairly monogamous in my stitching for April. I have quite enjoyed it. I'm sure I'll get to the point where I want to mix it up again. But I have realised that WIPGO isn't really working for me this year. So my WIPGO board is basically just populated with 24 random projects for my however many whips I've got, about 32 I think. And it was mainly like just 10 days stitching, 10 days stitching. And so I think there's one thing on there that I said I want to finish this year. It's just not working for me. I always thought I was more of a process stitcher. But I just feel like all the finishes are so far away that I'm just not... I'm finding it unmotivating, actually. So I've had a bit of a rethink, and I'm not going to ditch WIPGO entirely. I'll kind of, if I meet a goal, I'll like still colour it in on my board and stuff, and I'll because I think it's nice to see what I wanted to do at the beginning of the year, and how my plans progressed, and then by the end of the year, what I had achieved, whether it's on the board or not. So I will keep filling it in, but I have kind of changed my mind about what I want to achieve this year. So looking back over the last few years, I on average finish about 10 things a year. I don't tend to stitch very small things. I don't have a lot of smalls. So 10 seems to be about, sometimes it's 12, sometimes it's 9, but 10 seems to be about how it shakes down. So I have made a list, I've got it here, of the 12 things I would like to finish this year. Now that is a stretch target. I don't think 12 will really get done, but this is where I am now. I think having that in my mind, let's get these done this year, is a good place to be. I haven't put my oldest whip on this. I am a bit like, should I have done, shouldn't I have done? Which is my Kent map. But I think if I get some stitching on that, I think perhaps I just need to get it out and stitch on it and see how I feel about staying with it. Because I haven't wanted to put that peacock away, that's the thing. And I used to be a monogamous stitcher. And I think perhaps all this jumping around isn't helping me. So we'll see where we get to. But the 12 projects I have identified for finishing this year, the 2 I've just shown you. So the uniqueness of others, which is what the peacock is actually called, and Seize the Day. So that's 2. Then I want to finish the Blackbird Designs Rose Hips and Ivy Drum. At least the stitching. Let's not get carried away with FFOing things. My Prairie Schooler band sampler, because I did 10 days stitching on that at the beginning of the year and I got to pretty much halfway and I loved it, really enjoyed it. I want to get the Arranging Microbes done, which is the wash your hands one, just because I'd like to get that on the wall. And then I've got 2 samplers. So I've got my Jane Marshall, which is the Little Hands Across the Sea one, which isn't far off a finish. That was the one thing on my WIPGO board that was down for a finish. And then I've got a small heartstring samplery one called Esther Cannon, and a year, I can't remember the year, I've just written Esther Cannon down here. And I've put that one down because I actually think that's small enough to be an achievable goal. I'd like to finish my Plum Street Samplers snort stack, because I want to do those animal stacks. I want to finish my Quaker alphabet from La Di Da, which is the chart Sarah from Penelope's Pocket gifted me. I would like to finish Light by Barbara Anna, because it's just so embarrassing that that has so little stitching on. I'd like to finish Good Ships by Hands On Design, because again that is one that has just been really neglected. It's hardly ever had any stitching on. And then the 12th goal is to just finish block 2 of the Hawk Run Hollow, Village of Hawk Run Hollow. So that is now kind of my plan for the year. I might put it as a highlight on my Instagram, hold myself a little bit accountable for it. I don't want to mess with my WIPGO board. I think it's really good to see how your kind of goals evolve over the year. But I might see if I can hold myself a bit accountable by putting a highlight on my Instagram. So I might do that later. Might not do it this weekend, to be honest. There is a lot going on this weekend. A lot going on. So yeah, so that is my thoughts and my plans. So hopefully by the next time you see me, which will probably be in about 10 days, because I won't film obviously this coming week, having done so today, but I'll film the week after. Will we be in May by then? We will, won't we? We'll be in May by then. Crikey. Crumbs crikey, this year's flying by. Yes, so my first video in May. I am not doing Stitch Mania this year. I should probably touch on that. I am not planning to do Stitch Mania this year. I've done it the last 3 years, which is part of the reason I have so many whips with no kind of stitching progress on them at all. So I'm not going to do it this year. I might have a bit of a think about it over the next few days and see whether I want to kind of stitch on things on their Stitch Mania birthday, but to be honest, you can see by my face the thought of that is not really massively appealing to me. So whether I pull 4 projects out for May and give them a week each, or I don't know, I'm not planning on doing it. Maybe I do a Monogamania. That appeals a bit more. Maybe I do a Monogamania one of those things I've just listed. Maybe I have to see how many finishes I can get done in May. That'd be good. I'll dwell on that. I will dwell on that, and then by the next time I see you, it will be May, and I can actually say something about it. Yeah, crikey. May is time first. Drop something. Shall I do a drop count? I think we're only on 2. I think I caught the other one. Right. Next thing I've got to show you, I did a reel on my Instagram, if you follow me over on Instagram. And thank you, I've also had a bit of an uptick in followers on Instagram. I don't know if someone shouted me out or something, but if you've started following my Instagram as well, welcome, 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 welcome. So I did do a reel on my Instagram of the unboxing of this. This is from Hobby Jobby. Nothing to do with Hobby Lobby in the US. Hobby Jobby is a UK kind of cross-stitch internet company. I will link them below. So they contacted me a few weeks ago and said, we would like to send you something if you will talk about it on your YouTube channel and your social media. So I said, thank you, yes, that would be lovely. So this was free to me. Full disclosure, I did not buy this. I have left one of the bits downstairs. But they did send me, and you can see the unboxing on my Instagram, 2 nerd frames. So they said, can we send you 2 nerd frames? I have never used these. They said, you know, and just leave as an honest review, but I will have a go with these. I did use hoops back in the day, like wooden hoops. I used them for a really long time. And then I kind of switched to a Q-snap because I was feeling it was giving me better tension. But I think these are different. What I do worry about with these, but we will see, and I will have a go, and I will tell you, is that they might crush the stitches. But I do know that some people swear by nerd frames. So if you do use them, and you love them, how do you find the stitch crushing element of it? I do generally take things out of the hoop or frame when I stitch, and like even this one that is on the, I'm not going to take it off the Millennium frame, but I've loosened the tension. That is not tense on there. That has probably not got as much slack in it as it should have, to be honest. But I always loosen the tension in an evening so it's not stretched while I'm not stitching on it. So they sent me 2 nerd frames, which I will give a go to, and they said you can pick any Luca S kit from our website. So I picked this one, which is called Pumpkins. I really, really like it. You know me, a vegetable, bit of still life, I'm all over that. So it comes with a 16 count, I haven't actually opened the packet of this yet. It comes with a sorry, slightly crinkly. It comes with a 16 count Ada. Well, actually no, I don't usually stitch on Ada, but this is quite a nice rustic one. So I might do it on the Ada, to be honest. It's got a needle. And then it comes with all the cotton. I'm not going to get that out because it's too rustly. All the cotton pre-sorted. And it's anchor threads in a Luca S kit. I do own a couple of Luca S kits. I have one that I've started. It's like a strawberry still life. I was nearly tempted by one of their landscapes, but I didn't. And they did also send me a Luca S needle minder, which I have left downstairs. I might go and get it when I get the knitting stuff that I've forgotten to get. So thank you very much, Hobby Jobby. As I say, I will put their what's the word? I will put a link to their website down below, and I will start that at some point over the next couple of months. I quite like to get started on that. I think there's a Get Your Kit On sale, isn't there? I don't know who's hosting it. Over on Instagram, Get Your Kit On sale. I'll have to do some exploring of that hashtag and see. So yeah, I'll put Hobby Lot, and they do lots of Luca S kits. I think they do Rollis as well. I'd have to check. But yeah, they do lots of lovely kits, so head on over there if that appeals to you. And then I've got a little bit of stash to show you. I bought some 36 count pre-cuts from Wool Warehouse of Zweigart. I can't remember what they are now. That's Vintage Country Mocha. I think that's dirty. It doesn't say on the packet, which is super annoying. I thought it would, and it doesn't. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the Vintage Country Mocha and dirty. And that was partly for the Kathy Barrick effort, because I said I was going to explore fabric options, didn't I? And having bought a couple of pre-cut, I've decided I do like the fabric it's on. I just need to reorientate it. I have started frogging it, but I haven't finished frogging it. So I need to get on with that and just reorientate it. It's going to be a little tight top and bottom, but not too, I think I'll have about 1.5 inches top and bottom, which I think is fine. I think that's fine. So yeah, I've decided that's the plan. And then I also got my monthly thread of the month cottage garden threads from Poppy Patch. And that's what they sent me this month. I'm not going to get them all out and go through them. So that is all the stitching, apart from the needle minder, which I will go and grab when I grab the knitting stuff. If you are just here for the stitching, you're not interested in knitting, I will say goodbye to you now. Thank you very much for stopping by. If you did enjoy it, please hit the subscribe button and leave me a comment. I like reading your comments. I think I did reply to most of them on the last video, but I'm not sure I replied to all of them. I'm not always great at doing that, but I do read them all. Why am I gabbling? I'm speaking really fast. So if you are leaving me now, I will say goodbye for now, and the rest of you, I'll be back in 2 seconds with the knitting I forgot. Hi, I'm back, and I've picked up the dropped stuff, and I've still forgotten that needle minder. Hold please. Right, now I have everything. Here is the needle minder that I can't get it to focus now. That Hobby Jobby also sent me. Are you gonna focus? There you go. It's a cute little fox and scarf. So that's the other thing. It's a Luca S needle minder. Super. So that is everything they sent me. Right, knitting. So I have finished in an FFO. Finished my socks. And I've been a good girl and I've even blocked some. So these were the socks I knitted. I'm not going to be able to remember now. Is it super simple cuff down sock, something like that, from the Off the Grid Needle Arts, Caroline Off the Grid Needle Arts tutorial series she did on knitting. They knitted socks, and these were the pattern that they did, and I watched those videos and they were very helpful. If you want to knit some socks, I would thoroughly recommend them. But they are done. I did them, I just chose a really kind of cheap-ish yarn for my first pair. I didn't want to use something like fancy and over dyed, like, you know, independently hand dyed or anything for the first pair, because I thought they might turn out to be an absolute disaster. So this was just a paint box yarn. I think it was in Stormy Grey or something like that. But you know, I'm really impressed with myself and my efforts. I'm going to take them off these blockers. Blockers I got from Wool Warehouse. And they do fit. They do fit. I might wear them today for my antiquing. But there you go. Socks. Feet. Socks. So yeah. So if you're feeling a bit nervous about socks, I've been very nervous about socks, you can do it. You can do it. Take your time. Take your time. If I can do it, anyone can do it. So I've finished them. So I have an FFO that I actually FFO myself, not paid someone else to FFO for me. They don't happen very often. Anyway, so having done that, one of my children have been asking me for ages to knit her a pair of these Glory wrist warmers. This is from Rowan. This is available on Ravelry. Glory wrist warmers. I've knitted a pair of these and the matching hat for myself. And she said, could she have some? So she chose the wool colour. And this is a Lang Yarn Premium Cashmere. God, focus, you know you want it. Is it going to do it? It's not going to do it, but trust me, that says Lang Yarns Cashmere Premium. So it's 100% cashmere. And she chose this amazing colour. Look at that. I love that. So this is the first one. I have gone down a needle size, so I knitted my own pair. I just knitted my own pair with the called for needles. But to be honest, I am quite a loose knitter. So I have gone down a needle size, and I think that will work better. And I have done the wrist bit, and now I am just, you see, I'm starting to shape the thumb hole. They're really basic. It's basically just a tube with a gap, a stockinette tube with a gap in it. There's no shaping around the thumb hole. It's just a hole. So they're not difficult if you would like to practice. I'd say if you want to knit a sock, so I knitted these before I knit a sock, and actually they're not bad for practicing. Or if you're thinking of knitting a sock on like really small circulars, this is the same size circular that you use for a sock, but they're a bit thicker. So I would say that's not bad practice at just getting the round and round. And you do have to knit and purl because it's just a gap for the thumb hole. You basically knit in a tube and then you just knit straight lines for the thumb hole. So you do get a bit of practice at, you know, how you do kind of a heel flap and turn on circular needles. So if you are thinking about that, I might suggest that. Not that I am any expert on knitting, but it might be an easy way in. This is also in a Penelope's Pocket project bag. This is one of her little like knitting pouches. Sarah gifted this to me when my dog ate the one I purchased from her. Cool, and then I've got a little bit of knitting haul. So after I've finished the wrist warmers, she wants the hat as well, so I'll do the full set. I don't think that will take long, to be honest. As I say, I'm already halfway through the first wrist warmer. Then I think I'm going to knit another pair of socks. But I also want to knit a jumper. Like, I'm super keen to knit a jumper this year, so I have to work out where that's going to fit in. Right, bit of knitting haul. That's quite a lot of knitting haul, to be honest, if I'm going to be really honest. So this is, and it's all from the same place. So this is Skein in the Stitch, and first up is my March yarn of the month. So I've been getting, you can choose every month, it's not like a sign up and you have to have it every month. So every month it's just listed on the website and you can choose. But what I have been getting is a mini sock skein and a full skein of DK. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Well, I'm just trying to build the wool stash, which is going quite successfully, to be honest. And this was Baroque oil this month. There's the postcard that came with it. And that's my favourite one so far. I absolutely love that beige blue fade. That is my colours. It's 100% my colours. So that was the first bit. Then she released a sock set for Pi Day. Here it is, comes in this lovely tissue paper, and it was like this peach pie, I think it was, and so it's a sock set, so it's sock yarn, and I've got a full skein of that peach, which is awesome, and then that green. Jess, I don't know if you watch my channel, but if you do, this green is awesome. I would buy full skeins of that to knit a jumper, just FYI, if you wanted to, add that to your range. All about the green. All about the green. Right, and then right at the beginning of the year, I put in a monster order with Jess at Skein in the Stitch for some of her, so I'm just covering up the address on it, some of her, what's the word? She re-released, like you could pre-order her clubs from last year. And so I ordered some big quantities of yarn for projects. So what have I got in here? I haven't even opened this properly yet. So this was, I think she did Greek gods and titans last year. So this is Superwash Merino 4-ply in the colourway Oceana. I've got 5 skeins of that. I got 5 skeins of, I can't say any of these properly, Lapita in DK weight. How amazing are those as well? How amazing. And then I got smaller amounts of other things. So put those down there. Look. All the threads, sorry, all the wool. So we've got, as I say, it's the Magical Mystery Tour, because I haven't opened these yet either. This is, and I can't actually remember what I ordered. Oh, that's DK weight Oceana, so that is the same one you just saw in the 4-ply, but in the DK. I've got Phoebe in DK weight. Love that one. Love, love, love. It's like purple with some kind of almost orangey bits in it. Epic. I've got, this is like an advent unboxing on steroids, isn't it? Tithus, and this is a DK weight. I love that. Love that. I don't know, I didn't order more of that one, but I had to control myself somehow. Got what's this one? Oh, I can't say that. Nemosingen. Like a rosy apple, like green and red. Yes, please. That is DK weight. This is Themis, DK weight. Oh, another Phoebe in 4-ply. And this one, I think this is a mini skein bundle of a Titan Minis sock set. So I've got a load of minis there. Yes, please. So I'm feeling like a DK weight shawl might be coming on with that lot. I have to go and research. So that is it. That is all I've got for you today. That was longer than I expected, actually, given how little stitching has been done. But thank you very much for stopping by and hanging out with me this morning. Thank you very much if you're new here and you managed to sit through all that. I can't promise it. The tone lifts. I can't. Yeah, thank you. And I'll see you again very soon. If you did enjoy today, please hit the like and the subscribe button, and I'll see you in about 10 days. Right. See you later, stitchers. Bye.